I'm back with part 2, and I'm testing out new lighting and a different camera. So, don't know how it's gonna come out quality or sound-wise, but it does have like a higher resolution. But what I've done so far is drew on the petals of the White Lotus flower and painted the kind of brown outline, tan outline with this paint. It's acrylic in Country Twill 602 by Plaid Folk Art brand. I don't know. Got it at Joann's. You can use any kind of beige that you think will work. I mixed this with some yellow mid. Doesn't really matter, just kind of any beige. And you can mix beige too yourself. Same way we did brown, just add more yellow and add a lot more white to get a beige. So that's what it looks like. And then what I did was I kind of made lines across it. So there's what, 8 petals? And I drew lines, one through the center, horizontal and diagonal. And then I started doing other lines to make enough for 8 petals, and then I kind of freehand and filled in the space for the beige. So I didn't do that on camera, but I figure it's simple enough to kind of figure out. So what I'm going to do is fill in the actual orange looking petals. So what we'll be doing for that is using a red. Also, I'm chewing gum, so I hope that's not annoying. So there's some red, some yellow. Probably want more yellow than red. Depends. Does look yellowy. And then, sorry, I'm just gonna throw away my gum. Okay. And then, what other color do we want? I'm gonna do a little bit more of this beige color. Probably gonna have that same problem where it'll squirt out too much. Okay, I don't know why this one like keeps getting thick, but alright, so we're gonna mix these, and then what you'll want to use for this specifically is smaller tipped detail brushes. I used this to paint the whole thing, front and back, with the brown, but then you want to use these smaller brushes for the finer details, because it's going to be nearly impossible to do it with anything else. So we'll just mix these two. That's very... And once again, you'll want your reference picture right next to you so you can tell you're getting the right shade. And when it dries, I feel like it'll look a little bit darker, so keep that in mind when you're working on it. Let's see here. We're getting there. Might add a little, oh, I'll try this. Beige. Yeah, I like that. And then if you don't like it and you paint it on, and you're like, oh, it's too dark or it's too orange or yellow or whatever, then you can always paint back over it. I think even sometimes with black you can paint over. Oops, whoa, that was a lot of yellow. Dang it. So just trying to mix to get a shade that I want. That's looking close. It's hard to tell. Okay, might do a little white. Running out of white. There you go. Oh. Use a lot of white paint. Okay. Okay, we'll try this and then see. Got it on my paintbrush. So, got my water cup. Kind of dip it in there, and then I want to kind of want it to be a little watery. There. This. Kind of just want to paint in all 8 of the little flower things. This is going to be the more time-consuming process. And the more kind of liquidy you have the paint, the less brush strokes you'll see, I feel like. Trying to keep it on camera. Might have to do this in a few layers too. Oops, I almost messed it up. Just want to kind of slowly fill it in. And then if it's not the color that you want, you can kind of go back over it and lighten it or darken it. Not sure if I'm like 100% with this color, but maybe added too much water. It's okay though, because then you can just go back over it if it's not opaque enough. I'm just more worried right now about there being brush strokes, because that's the thing. If you use really small brushes to cover a big surface, have a lot more brush strokes. I feel like, anyway. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing and I'm not pulling off camera too much. Maybe if I set it down and paint it. It's just hard not to like hold it. Damn cat's in the other one. He's in the other room tearing up stuff and always causing chaos. Okay. I don't know if you can see it very well. Kind of blurry. Here's it next to the reference picture. If you can see it. I don't know, kind of dark. But here it is so far. I guess the pull farther back. You can see. There it is so far. I might do another coat of the orange on here all over the flowers, but all I did was for the outline I kind of freehanded it. I used a mechanical pencil and kind of drew on each of the little petals. To me they look like teeth. So I drew a circle in the middle and then did each of the little 8 teeth or whatever petals, and then kind of just fill it in really, really carefully. And it might take a couple coats to get it opaque enough to your liking, but I'm gonna do a couple more coats in this orange color because I like how this is coming out. To me it looks fairly close, so I'll do a couple more coats, let it dry, and then we'll do the dots next.